There was a problem with the encoding on the 11th episode. It caused me to put up an extra video with just the part that was broken. There are 12 episodes in this series, but with the extra video it makes 13. Just like Room 13 from the game. Coincidence? I think not. I had the worst dream. I dreamt I saw a great wave, and it punched my head off.
A professional acquaintance of mine, Argaux, got in touch with an offer of a job in Newbridge. He won't give me the details yet. Maybe he's afraid I'll do it on the sly and he'll lose out on his fee. But he says it's urgent and it pays generously. I've never been to Newbridge before, but I hear it's a dark, quiet little backwater on the outskirts of the city. The whole area is under the thumb of Lady di Rupo, a wealthy grandee with a fancy mansion up on the cliffside. I'll need to keep an eye out for her guards while I'm in the neighborhood. They're not exactly welcoming to thieves. Reportedly, the Hammers have recently started trying to wrestle control of the district for themselves, and this has been causing trouble. People tell me di Rupo has no love for the Order of the Hammer, but then neither do I. Although I do like all the gold they use to decorate their temples. Whatever else this job entails, visiting Newbridge will be an interesting change of scene. I'll go along and meet Argaux by the fountain and hear what he has to say.
Well, alright then, your contact Argaux will be waiting for you at the fountain. Meet him there to find out what's up. What better to do when visiting a new part of the city than to make yourself thoroughly acquainted with the lay of the land, and possibly lay the land at the same time. The entire thing and the loot, take everything you find. It's gonna be 2200. A thief with your skills shouldn't need to employ violence, blah blah blah. When everything's done, make your way back home. Via satellite and or the canal. Oh, we're buying stuff, are we? Oh, let's see if I remember. A deck of cards. Being stealthy can involve long, boring periods of staying still and watching. These 52 friends will keep you in it. Like, I gotta buy these, right? I mean, that's just silly. Oh, and I best buy 3 of those, and... Wow, what do I need? I can't even remember. Well, whenever there's... Oh, that's it. I don't even have any money for anything. Jeez, well... I don't know if that's good, but I guess I'll call it good. Okay. Oh, that Argaux, I can't wait to talk to him, what with him being so alive and all. Like, he's always alive. Every time I talk to him, the dude's just alive. How does he do it? Oh. Yeah. So, it starts out unassuming enough. Now, this mission is interesting for a reason that you may or may not pick up eventually. I didn't notice, and I guess maybe that says something about how well it works or something. But there's an audio system in this mission that was scripted by this dude, vfig, I believe. Let me see. Yes, whereby ambience will kind of fade in and out and change and morph and stuff. I don't know, but maybe now that you know, you could notice when it happens. Me, I didn't notice, which again is probably testament to how unobtrusive and nice it works and stuff, but, hey, you know. Well, right, never mind that. I guess I gotta listen to these guys first, up close.
Are we? And what business is it of yours?
'Tis the business of all who follow the builder to uproot the weeds of the cursed trickster. From ruffians like thee to the wealthy nobles that dwelleth upon the hilltop.
Ha! Threatening the lady now. Look around you, hammer boy. All the guards here are in her pocket. Better be careful what you say.
Thou and thy kind art a plague that hath troubled this city long enough. I fear no scratches from vermin such as thee. Our cause is righteous and justified by the builder himself.
Not afraid, you say? Our swords are more than a match for your fly swatters. So here's a scratch you can take back to your precious builder.
Ah, 'tis well for thee I have urgent duties I must attend, else thou wouldst now be flattened against these stones. But mark, the warden shall hear of this.
Yes, that's some kind of scratch. Wow, that was a seriously harsh scratch. I mean, wow. Anyone seen the key to the trapdoor? That fool Riley thinks he dropped it while moving crates this morning, but I've looked all over and can't find it. We're behind schedule already, and if we can't get to the upper floor tomorrow, Sir Tanford's vase shipment will be late. Keep an eye out. There's 2 silver pieces for the man who finds it. So, it seems to me from my memory that maybe you just don't ever find the key because, you know, you can just get up here. So, yeah, I don't know, but... Face ship. Yeah, okay, that's pretty amusing. Still, whatever. That dude in the square who's being hanged, good. He's probably some sort of ruffian who, was a very bad man and must not escape justice. I'm very pleased that he's been hanged. I'm sure it was the right decision. Just like constantly wasting my time around here, just seeing if there's a key up on the rafters, which is in absolutely no way needed whatsoever. But, hey, yeah, that's pretty funny, actually. If I'm not careful, people are going to use all my jokes in actual, real, serious missions. Okay. So, I did have an awful dream, though. It was a dream where I was driving and I had to turn left at a green light, but then suddenly the car was backwards all of a sudden, and the rear window was fogged, and I couldn't see whether it was red or green, and then I was super tired, and then I did stupid stuff, and then they told me I wouldn't be allowed to drive unless it was self-driving. Oh, it was awful! Anyway, so, I guess I'll rob this poor idiot who I hate.
Poor Argaux. Guess he won't be collecting his finder's fee now.
What?
Check his place for info on the job.
What? What a shock! Oh, well, yeah, so, well, that's okay. I'm a thief and I don't care about anyone. I just want my own finder's fee and leaving a trail of dead people I don't care about in my wake. That's what makes me the greatest thief. Dead people. They make me the greatest. And for some reason, right off the bat, it's kind of tricky to dodge around these. And every time I hear that rope sound, it's the same sound as a bowstring being drawn back. So I always think some archer is aiming at me.
Quiet enough now. Oh well.
Huh. So yeah, I mean, I guess the music system is just that good that it just doesn't obtrude. Because apparently in the stock Thief, if you change an ambient, it always just like abruptly stops and then starts the other ambient, and you can't like fade it in or whatever. But this dude, he found a way. Acetone, turpentine, benzene. He calls it the dip. I don't think this guy calls his music system the dip, but he needs to now because Fen said so, and by God, you're all gonna do what Fen says, aren't you? Aren't you now? I'm gonna wave a clock in front of your face like in The Prisoner. In this 1960s show called The Prisoner, it's awesome. It's got like 60s trippiness and surreality in it, and it's also got these themes of like snubbing your nose at authority, and it's got no romantic sap to drag it down. People keep trying to trick this guy with attractive young ladies, but he just keeps rejecting them like, oh, I know it's a trick, and being all suave. It's great. Oh man. And it's like really 60s, but that's great. Much like the 80s, the 60s was uniformly great and had no problems whatsoever. We should just go back to it. If you vote me for US president, I won't be able to become one because I'm a Canadian citizen. So yeah, apparently there's a US election going on. Like, I didn't even realize that until someone randomly, oh hey, it's got names. Albrecht. Unconscious even, and I guess if he's dead, well, I can't kill him anyway. He probably says corpse, but yeah, because what do I know? Erg. No. one thing's for sure. Ladies holding skulls is pretty much the pinnacle of secretude. It's not that much of a secret. I guess if you were looking from a distance, it might seem like, oh, maybe I should look at my map. Oh! The angel near the pub. Hold up here if you have any good trouble. Angel Holer. Angel Holer. The new stimulationary plaything from Fen Industries. Buy it today. Yes, so these maps that are like all complex. Yeah, this is not as complex as it looks. You see, it's kind of just a big loop, and there's like a couple little shortcuts through it. But I think that even though I'm supposed to go to a guy's house and stuff, what I really want to do is go to the cemetery because, you know, it sounds fun, and also
I see there.
this is probably the worst idea.
Just the wind, I guess.
Yeah, no matter how many times you make annoying noises, nothing will change. I don't even see these little stubs.
Someone there?
Speed potion? What good's it gonna do you up here? Just make you, like, walk back and forth really, really... Oh, I take the whole plant. It doesn't, like, fall down into some dirt or anything, you know. Boo. But, okay, I guess that's probably about the best that can be done in that place. My leg hurts like it used to. I forgot that could happen. I guess I need to go out riding my bike more. Oh, boy. But I don't got nowhere to go. Is the problem. I got no workplace to go to. Man, I really like... Oh. It's no business of yours. I really like jobs where you just do work and then you magically get paid and you don't have to deal with how one leads into the other. Like with my first job where I was rebuilding computers. Hey, you, stop. Where I just like... What? Got the parts, built the stuff, and then delivered one whenever I finished it, and they just left me alone, and then I just magically got paid. Didn't have to deal with customers or nothing. Same with YouTube. You just put up videos and you magically get paid. Not very much, and it's through an annoying means that nobody likes, but... Oh, I like that. It's just any way where you can separate getting money from... You just, like, do something and then something appears. That's just great. And, like, for some reason I don't remember seeing purses on purses on guards lately. And now they are. So there's that amazing world-beating fact for you. I remember when I was a kid, there were places like there was this one. It was way in the U.S. somewhere in some crazy place. It was like maybe it was like a Science World type place, but like smaller and weirder. And there were these tunnels you could crawl through. And at the end of one of them, for no reason, there was like this animal skull. It was super scary. And as a kid, I was crying. I was just like, why would they do that? And I was just like, ah. But like to this day, I'm like, I want to go back there and crawl through there and really find out what was back there and not be scared anymore. Or there was this fair that I went to when I was a kid where there was this scary ride attraction that I went on, and I was just like, well, I'm just going to close my eyes then, and I closed my eyes for most of it. And then like I kept begging my grandpa to take me back there next year so we could go on that ride again and I could find out what it really was, and I never did get to see it. I'm like, that ride, I bet it was something amazing that I just missed. I bet it was eye-opening. Oh, that's an accidental pun. Not a pun. A sales campaign. I'm remembering this, but can't quite remember what it is. Worksman Erling. Carmen, eh? Haven't heard that name in a long while. He sounds mad as a bandersnatch. But still, you've reminded me of something odd that happened when your station there was being constructed. We'd laid the foundations and knocked off for the day, but Carmen stayed behind. Said he wanted to tidy up or some taff. But when we turned up next morning, we found he'd raised the entire back wall. Must have worked all night on it. Didn't make any sense, but, well, less work for the rest of us, so we didn't mind it much. Anyway, the talk of gold is obviously nonsense, but tunnels? Maybe he did find something in the rock there and built the wall to hide it from us. They do say people used to live in caves here back in the old days, so if there is anything, I reckon it's just an old pagan dwelling or some such. Well, enough of that. When's your cousin coming to town again? The good-looking one, I mean. Wouldn't mind seeing that pert face again. Works master sailor. Why is gold obviously nonsense? Gold is the whole point of the game. And I was trying to make some joke about how they made gold in the Super Hadron Collider. Not a family man, I'm Phantom Ganon. In fact, my mouth's a large hadron cannon. And I was trying to make a joke about how, like, the guys would come into work one day and they'd all be wearing this, all be decked out in jewelry, getting weird looks. Like, where'd you get that? Oh, we just borrowed the Collider to make some gold the other day. No biggie. Then I realized that gold is, like, worth way more than making cheap synthetic jewelry, so my joke was really dumb-sounding and silly. So, because my joke was dumb-sounding and silly, I deleted it straight away because no one must know that I'm dumb-sounding and silly. When I go like, everyone must believe me to be very smart. Cool and smart. Smart, if you want. Lamping in my smart mansion. I'm in the style department with a pile in my car, whipping the aisle apart. Wait. Peregrine. Well, he's only got one grin at most, not a pair of grins. Honestly, unless you think you're two people, but you don't look like two people to me. And I guess there's lots of homeless people here, which is some people we can just laugh at snobbishly, because I have a home. It's not a fancy one, and it's really just somebody else's basement. But here is the cemetery. Oh, sings the path of the leaf. From seeds to greens to rotty molds, dances the path of the flesh. From births to lives to bonesy deaths, joins the path of the darkness, whom's eaters all leaves and fleshes forever. This seems like it's a hidden ritual or statement of the order of something, but I'm not actually sure if it is. I'm thinking that I thought it was and really tried to figure out what, but then it ended up not being. But that might have been something else. Don't quite recall. End statement. So, cemeteries are pretty great. It's weird because they can be part of spooky in the game, but also they're kind of relaxing because they're natural and sometimes pagansy. And, I don't know. I like the pagansies. The Prophet.
Sealed shut. I'll have to find another way in.
Indeed. Now, yeah. Oh, wait. Could I? Oh, yeah. I likes the pagansies or whatever the hell I was gonna say, yeah. I'm sympathetic. Like I keep saying, they're all naturey, they talk cutely, I don't know, I mean, they're portrayed varyingly, and there's Cthulhu, because why the heck not? But the hammers do seem a little bit more unreasonable, which makes the pagans, I guess, a little bit less unreasonable. And again, even though the devs say the builder exists canonically, he's never shown, whereas the trickster is, so the pagans' beliefs also seem to be more sane, and at least their god is, like, visible. Oh, what? You make noise with this? Okay, maybe not. So this place is awesome for reasons I'll elucidate. Basically, there's a thing here. There's a thing here. Here's the null. Here's the null. The null. No. Here's the null you wanted, Martin, concerning the mausoleum in the graveyard. It's got some kind of magic locking its gates to keep out the likes of you and me. Sevenhorn says Digger Oliver, and he'd be one to know, 'cause he got it straight out of one of Lady di Rupo's own books. He says you just gotta pull them horns in the proper order, one after the other, and them gates'll roll on open. Northeast, and then, yeah, so it's blocked up. I reckon a Burke such as yourself ain't gonna have much trouble with it. Piece of cake. And don't forget we get 40% of this haul for the trouble. Oliver and me'll be waiting for you. Here's the knoll. A knoll you wanted more. Well, whatever. So, that's Morton. So there's a puzzle here. And you can solve this in like 5 or 6 different ways or something. It's crazy. So, should I... got fires maybe. One flash bomb won't do it. What? I guess I must have... Oh, he's got an arrow through his head, that's right. I guess I must have splatted this zombie before or something. I did it again out of habit. So, I don't know which one I'm gonna use. Maybe I'll try to demonstrate the ones I remember. Weeps you sad at prophet's passing, dead flesh is now is all I bees. Lies I now buried deep under stones, feeders my blood the roots of the trees. Waits I till woodsy lord bringers back darkness, bringers the storms, devours the fools, then comes he back I with fire and flames. So this also seems like the order, but maybe it was this one that wasn't or something? Oh. I'll just resave there, shall I? Sounds good. Because it's like what? It's like weeps, so water, death, rock, or earth. Water, I guess. Or earth. Yeah, see, that's got both. Darkness, so that's death. Storms, water, I guess. And then fire. It definitely sounds like something, but I really just don't remember. So, these horns, you like turn them or whatever. And so one thing you can do, oops. Oh, hang on. Which one is it? One thing you do is you just go like this. You can read the thing. Northeast, southwest, southeast, northwest, and then the east, and then he doesn't know. So that's one thing you can do, and I guess that's just a big old spoiler. Another thing you can do is you can go and grab a different note that will also tell you most of it, but not all of it. Another thing you can do is you can actually look at each of these horns and you'll see something. Here is earth or grass. Here. Man, I literally can't, whatever. Here is fire. And it's really subtle too. Like at first I thought only some of these had stuff. Like if you're just walking around this room and not looking close, you might not even notice any of these things. But this, like this one, what does this point to? It, like, you don't know. Oh wait, this is death because it's the dead thief there, right? This is... Or maybe this is death. It's got an... No, this is something else. You gotta look up there. This is, I guess... I don't know, let's see. Well, this is the entrance. It's the middle of the day and I can't frickin' see. But there's an arrow, so maybe that's death, and if that's death, then I guess this is... No, that's death because the blood is there. I don't know what this is, then. I can't see on the screen if there's anything. This is stone, because there's rubble there. Oh no, there's just arrows on all of these things. So this is not fire or something. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I remember... Yeah, this is water because it's dripping, so... etc. But a couple of these I can't quite see what they are. But you get the general idea. That's one thing you do. So I'm actually not going to do this right now because I'm going to come back after having gotten a bit more of information. Also, there's at least one more way you can do it, which I guess I'll show if I can find the tool for such. But yeah, pretty sweet. You don't often see that kind of optionitude. Can I not really? Fine. Fine. So, yes, that be that. And I guess I could chop that board and come out there, but No need to do that just yet. First, I must sort of bask more in this peaceful atmosphere. Bask, bask, bask. Oh, yeah, see, these things never open, but then sometimes it does. Rest in peace, Mara, misled, 67 to 18. Yes, we lost misled recently as well. Rest in peace, indeed. I guess it's what happens when community's around long enough. People who were around suddenly aren't anymore, and I don't know, I remember when Ronnie James Dio passed away in 2010, it was a shock because it was like, it was the first sort of person that I didn't know him personally, I never met him, but you know, celebrities that you just expect to be around. I mean, I guess thief formers aren't celebrities, but they're just people you always expect to be there, and then suddenly they're not. It was a real shock the first time that happened with Dio. I'm like, what? This can't happen. And, then it just keeps happening as you grow older. Arg. Well...
You wanna hurt the guy, not knock him down or pat him on the head? What am I not doing? Thunk him on the shoulder and that'll just slow him up. Go for the stomach, or lower. A hammer's usually weak there. Hammer's got it good. Just smash 'em flat with those things.
Yeah. Or lower. It's funny when I'm disgusting, right? Well, now that I've sort of not really ended up in any kind of climactic place except for a barber, that's pretty climactic. Look at that candy cane go. I'm gonna leave it here, so see you guys next time. Bye for later. Smart.